Hello everybody and welcome to episode 5 of the industry podcast, Call Yourself a Wholesaler by Lamps Electrical. We're 10 weeks into a podcast, 5 episodes, and hopefully they've been really informative to everybody that's taken some time to listen. We really do appreciate that. Any feedback you've got, as I mentioned in the last show, any feedback you've got, let us know. Anybody that can share, even better. That would be great if you could share it on your social media platforms. So firstly, I just wanted to go through the last episode, really. I felt that it was a really relevant subject to share with everybody that does listen, because the industry at the minute, certainly from a wholesale side, is challenging. And I think it's just important that everybody knows that where the industry is at, the construction industry forecasting in terms of the decline expected in 2024, and just where we're at as an industry, really. And it was great to have Margaret on to share these views. Hopefully everybody found it informative and you've taken something away from it. So if you haven't listened to it, please can you check out our episode 4 on all podcast platforms like Spotify and Amazon Music, but also it is also on our social media platforms as well for you to find. So what have we got coming up today? So episode 5, we've got the police on. So we kindly invited the Thames Valley Police to come and join us to go through some specific subjects that will hopefully help or interest our customers. The subjects are vehicle theft, lockable devices that support van theft, but also tool marking. And I think that's a key thing for our industry, is how can we keep our vans and vehicles safe, but also how can we locate our tools if they go missing. What have we got going on with lamps at the minute? So without dangerously trying to repeat myself from the last few podcasts, I think it's important that I want to update on a couple of things that we've got going on. Firstly, I'd like to say that we've got a calibration day coming up in September. So this day, if some of you do know or do not know about it, is a one-off day once a year where we offer a special discount for meters to be calibrated. All of the meters are calibrated at our Aylesbury branch, and they are turned around to our contractors either same day if you are local to Aylesbury, or next day if not. So please speak to your local representative or your local branch about the calibration day coming up in September. The second thing that we've got going on is that we are a sole independent distributor now, part of the AWeb group, for easy EV chargers. This is a massive thing for lamps. It's something that we've had to invest in very heavily, and it's something that we are keen to push because Easy EV are one of the leading worldwide EV products sold now. In fact, the facts state that every 100 chargers sold in the UK, 10 of them are Easy. So they are a great product. They are a product that offers everything. They have great technology built into their device, like robotic linkable. So if you're doing multiple chargers in one space, they talk to each other. Very easy to install, a 30-second commissioning time, and they also are SIM ready. So essentially, it's a product that is ready to go as you install it. They look smart. They come in different colours in terms of the covers, and they work on all vehicles. And I will say they also work on the Octopus Energy tariff. Now, I know OMI are very strong at that, but also the Easy product does the same job. And in future, they're going to have technology built into their device to support this. So a fantastic product. It is available in stock on our shelves at every single branch in Lamps. And we also have backup stock in our central stores location. And finally, some more exciting news. On September the 12th and 13th, Lamps, our business, will have a stand and we'll be representing ourselves at the Elex show in Coventry. A massive thing for Lamps, something that we've never done, and is hopefully going to promote our brand and our name even further. The most exciting part of this, though, is that at the show, we will be launching our renewables division, Evergy. Now, this is an online platform, but it's also something that is going to be owned by Lamps. So we will have that local service like we do as a wholesaler. But it's keen that everybody knows that is our launch pad into Evergy. Please look out for marketing information. Please look out for emails and things that we'll be sending out. And please do join us at the show in Coventry on the 12th or the 13th of September. Exciting times ahead. So let's get into the guest part of the podcast. So part 2, as always, is the guest part. I'm going to hand over now to the Thames Valley Police all around tool marking and vehicle theft. Hello everybody and welcome to the guest section of Lamps the Electrical Wholesaler podcast, Call Yourself a Wholesaler. Episode 5 now, so we've got some very interesting guests with us today that's going to help certainly our own customer base in terms of the security of their tools and their vehicles. I'd like to introduce Sarah Nash and Gav Staniland from the Thames Valley Police. Hi Sarah.
Hello.
Hi Gavin.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Sarah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Sergeant Sarah Nash. I'm a neighbourhood sergeant based at Banbury Police Station.
Fantastic, thank you.
And I'm Gav Staniland, the neighbourhood sergeant for Bicester and Kidlington.
Brilliant, thank you very much. So certainly from where our branches are based, you guys are local. So this is good and relevant, as I say, for our customer base. So everybody, why have we invited the police into one of our podcasts to help our customers? We wanted to focus today around the tool marking offering that the police have to our customers, because all of our customers use and buy tools regularly. And we also wanted to touch on vehicle theft and van theft and safety overnight, etc. So thank you both kindly for coming in. Really appreciate your time. And we're going to get straight into the questions around tool marking, if that's okay.
Great.
So, I don't know much about this either. So this would be good for me today, and certainly Kyle is with us as well to understand exactly how this works. But just give us a briefing on the tool marking and what it brings to, say, an electrical contractor, a man in a van.
We have found in the police over many years that we might stop a vehicle, there's a lot of tools in the back, and we suspect they're stolen, but we just don't know who they belong to. So a task of the local neighbourhood teams is to actually try and resolve that by offering free tool marking sessions. Okay. And it is as simple as getting in touch with your local teams, where we will allocate some officers, PCSOs, who will mark a person's tools for free. And it is as simple as a name, a postcode, but something that is identifiable to that tool to link it back to its genuine owner. When we then potentially stop somebody, seize items suspected as stolen, we can then check it back through our crime reports and actually try and get those products back to their rightful owner. So it helps a lot in returning property to people.
So you've got a much better chance of getting your tools back if they're marked, rather than obviously if they're not.
100%. We have property stores that have tools in that we just simply don't know who they belong to. Okay,
right, superb. I don't know if you've got any stats or roughly off the top of your head, but how high is tool theft? If you don't have any exact stats, is it? I take it it's really high. Is it common? What's the?
Yeah, we haven't got any stats with us at the moment, unfortunately, but tool theft is always prevalent. No matter what time of the year, you've always generally got tool thefts that are taking place, whether or not that's from building sites. That's generally our biggest issue, because it's an open space. Unfortunately, some people do leave their vans unlocked because it's easy accessible to get to their tools and on the building site.
Yeah.
People go onto those sites and then steal the tools, whether or not it's from within the building itself or actually out of the back of the van. So the more buildings we have going on or sites that are popping up all over the place with new builds, those are our predominant locations where we get the tool thefts taking place. That's not to say it doesn't happen off of people's driveways as well. So there are opportunist thefts where they go and they just see a work van parked up on someone's driveway or around the back of a house or something like that, and then they'll look at that as an opportunity. But for us, the biggest portion of tool thefts actually comes from on site. Yeah,
okay, that's really interesting. And I said this before we went on air, didn't I? I mean, when I used to work in Reading, we had a van broken into on our forecourt on the actual in the car park whilst the guy was being served on the counter. So this is more common, I think, what people actually realise. In terms of lamps and our business, so how can the police help us in terms of getting tool marking done for our own customers?
So we're more than happy to have events with the company. We can send our PCSOs down. We're also happy for your customers to contact us directly. We will send out messages on our Thames Valley alert system when we are going to be in places doing tool marking events, so people can sign up for that. Or if it is just an independent trader that wants to contact their local neighbourhood team, if they look at the police.co.uk website, they can find out who their local officers are, make contact, and we can arrange for it to be marked up.
Okay, brilliant. So what we'll do, and again, this is for our listeners as well, we will have one of these days at our locations in the future. And they'll be at all of our locations, hopefully. And what we'll do is we'll do it on quite a regular basis and work with the police quite closely to get this tool marking done for our customers, because I think it's a massive benefit, personally, to our customers to have their tools marked.
And the fact that it's free of charge. So they don't have to worry about any costs that are involved in it. We will do the marking for them there and then. No matter where they come from, they don't have to be a resident in the area that we're servicing. They can just come along. We'll get that tool marking done for them as well.
Yeah.
And like yourselves, we'll advertise it on our websites and social media platforms well ahead of the time, so that people have got good notice that they know when we're going to be there for them as well.
Yeah, that's great. And hopefully the listeners heard that. It's free of charge.
Yeah, free is always a good word.
Exactly. That'll be a massive thing. So, but I think it's also relevant as well at the minute, because everybody in our industry, and especially the electricians, they all need tools. So if they've got apprentices, say big companies have got apprentices and they're going out on their own, or they're buying tools for the first time, this is a really good thing to be doing. Suppliers are now offering lifetime guarantee on tools. So if you're going to spend that money on buying expensive tools, why wouldn't you get it marked? It's an absolute no-brainer. I take it you do everything from a screwdriver to a drill?
We don't do the screwdrivers, so it's more the electrical goods that would be involved in it. Obviously, if there's nothing to stop us marking them, but when we register screwdrivers and things like that, it's less of a value. So it's more sort of like your high-end electrical equipment, your drills, anything along those, your saws and stuff like that. That's generally what we mark. There isn't anything to say we can't do them, but that's more predominantly what we will find when we're stopping vehicles is the electrical goods, as opposed to like the screwdrivers and stuff. If it comes in a set, it's probably not in a set anymore by the time we come across it. So
exactly.
You'd probably mark a set as opposed to every individual screwdriver.
Yeah. And you do like test equipment. So like the standard drill is kind of a test equipment that electricians have, because they're quite expensive.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So anything that electrician or a customer feels is expensive of value in their vehicle, that is something that you'll be willing to mark.
Yeah.
And on these days that we're going to have, the electricians can just bring their van along, almost open up the back doors and say, right, can you do this? Can you do that? And then you'll do it free of charge, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So
it's really good.
There's no restrictions on it. So as soon as people set up, we will get on with it. We'll have teams of dedicated officers from the neighbourhood teams that will be there under the gazebo or with a stall.
Yeah.
And they will just mark up all the tools for them and get them registered.
Fantastic. Really, really good. Well, we'll get that done, and we'll get some advertising out there, some marketing details out there, along with your marketing as well. So our customers are aware of these days that we've got coming up in the future. So that's great. So van theft then, or vehicle theft, or just breaking into vehicles overnight. So we don't sell anything as such from our own depots to sell to our customers or promote yet. But so what can you tell me about van theft? And again, how bad is it? And what can the police help, or how can the police help to prevent the vehicle theft in the future?
I think what we recognise is that a theft from motor vehicle, when it's a tradesperson, it's affecting their livelihood. Whilst we can't solve each of these crimes, the tool marking obviously helps us get products back, but we can give preventative advice to stop it happening in the first place. A lot of the times it is opportunist.
Yeah.
So the gold standard advice is to take your tools out and put them in a safe place. We know that's not always practical for people, and it's all well and good for us to say that, but realistically, after the end of a hard day at work, you don't want to empty all your tools out. Consider parking in well-lit areas. Consider some CCTV on your drive. Just make it as unattractive as you possibly can for that person not to want to target your van. Obviously, alarms on the van, you can get the hook locks on the back of them to make it that more difficult to get in. My partner's in the trade industry. He gets the van vaults and put that in the back of the vehicles. Just make it as difficult as possible for that person to get into your van or there's a chance of them being caught, and they will probably look on elsewhere.
Yeah. So it's great advice, and I suppose there's loads of things you can look at, like backing your van up to the garage every night and stuff like that. But what is the most common? Is it in the back? Is it through the back doors?
Unlocked.
Yeah.
Unlocked vehicles.
People leaving their vehicles unlocked.
And you said yourself earlier, people just visiting the store. Don't be complacent. You might go home at the end of the night and lock your van up and think you're okay. But when you're popping into the shop to get some more stock, or lock your van.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. There's so many unlocked that people will just come and grab things from.
That's incredible, isn't it? You touched on it, Sarah. The light is their livelihood. So the man in a van, the electricians that are working on their own out of their van every single day of the week, one simple error, mistake, like leaving your van unlocked somewhere, could result into all sorts of chaos, couldn't it?
And please do report it to us, because if it's not reported, we don't know. And as neighbourhood teams, we will have a look at our theft from motor vehicles on our area and have a look, and if we've got an emerging pattern, and if we see that one street's had 5 vans done over a space of time, we can allocate patrols accordingly.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're sporadic and it's not possible to do that, but if we've got a trend and there's a certain area being hit, we want to know about it.
Yeah, brilliant. And you mentioned briefly there about the van locks on the back of the van. Is there any companies that you guys know that we can work with our customers to help promote product, maybe get them down for the trade days, and any tips you can give on the actual locks that they offer?
I think the best place that you can go to, there's a company called Secure by Design, which is available. If you go to the Thames Valley Police website, we've got a crime prevention section on there. And if you find your particular crime type you want to get your advice about, there's links on there to the Secure by Design company. As much as that's the one that we affiliate ourselves with, the reason is it's from the Association of Chief Police Officers. It's a registered company by them, but they don't sell any products. So it's just a company solely there to review and test products to make sure they're up to industry standard, and they will only put their name to the ones that they think are the best out there.
Wow. Okay.
It gives the customer base the options to look at the products that are available and either go with the ones that are recommended by the Secure Design company. I think they do gold, silver, platinum ratings on them.
Yeah.
Or to find an idea and then go to an alternative company if it's cheaper out there, or if it's not what they're specifically looking for. But they're the best company for us that the police actually advocate to say these are the industry standards, and a lot of the insurance companies actually recognise those ratings as well. So if you have a burglary or something like that and you've got the Secure by Design locks or something on there, the insurance companies like that because actually there's less chance you're going to be targeted because of it as well.
Okay, brilliant stuff. And you say they might be able to come and demo some bits and pieces with us on the tool marking days, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll give you the contact details of the Secure by Design teams. But from what I know, they can do road shows and they can bring out some of the products to demonstrate to the industry to be able to show what are the best out there for that specific type of crime. So whether or not it's theft of tools or theft from motor vehicle or even theft of motor vehicle, they've got something for everything on there. Okay,
that's really good, guys. Thank you very much. So we as a business will definitely, like I say, definitely do these demo days coming up soon. And to our listeners listening out there today, look out for our advertising on that. We will advertise it as best we can and we'll get some emails and marketing and stuff out there. But from your side of things, so the information from our customers or people that are just intrigued about what we've discussed today, where can they find and where do they need to go for the information, what we've covered today?
So if you go to the Thames Valley Police website, either do it on Google or just put it into Bing or something like that, go onto our main website, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a section that says crime prevention. If you link on that, that'll have all the information on any crime types, all the links, and the best advice there is out there that your customers can use to the best advantage.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, thank you very much. I know we got through quite a lot there in a very short space of time, but I appreciate you both coming in, and something of a mixture of variety that we're trying to do on this podcast. This is certainly one of them where we're trying to raise awareness to our customers and how we can help out there. So thanks both for your time, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.